last time on Utopia Podcast. The party got back to the drunken stump, having all gone their separate ways earlier that day. Zilla and Ziba heading back with cheesy biscuits, Morgus and Livy heading back with Crab to make cheesy biscuits, and Godfrey spending some time in the gardens before running into Gahesh and Fern, who brief him on what's happening at the castle. As they all dig in to their cheesy, crabby dinner, Gahesh places onto the table the potions that Avinash had given him, with the intent to take them in combat and tell him what they do. Livy grabs one off the table, drinking it there. And upon a conversation, the party then agree to divvy them out and take them in a combat situation. After that, the party separates for bed. Livy and Ziba heading to their room, where Livy decides to tell Ziba that she needs to be educated. And Ziba says, "Fuck you." And that is where we find the party.
All right. Well, the party has gone to rest after a somewhat stressful day and wakes up to a normal Carousel Court morning.
On the 18th of Fievel?
On the 18th of Fievel.
I finally decided to roll Livy's birthday. It is the 5th of Kip? Berm? 5th of Berm. He's a Bermie.
He's a summer guy.
He's feeling the burn.
Tries hard
He's
enough.
like a Taurus kind of a guy.
He's feeling the burn.
I think I need to figure out what the Rickmonish version of Cancer is. I think Scylla's a Cancer.
Mm. Yeah, like the 19th of Berm. The 30th of Berm. Anyway. What are y'all doing?
I'm gonna go get some coffee, bring it by Ulu, head back to the main area.
Stew in regret about all of the things he did yesterday. Just try not to think about it. Probably gonna read. And go over the bounties.
Zeb would probably go up to Morgus if he's awake and be like, "Did you make breakfast?"
Morgus actually comes down a little bit later than usual, and seeing that Scylla already has coffee, he'll kind of look at her and go, "Did you make coffee without me?"
Oh, I didn't make this. It was in there on the table already.
Make coffee without me?
No, I mean it's
He's just
cold, but
It's fine. It's fine.
just looks at the coffee cup.
I'm sorry, Didi. Did you say something?
I haven't had coffee yet. if you want to make some.
Let's get you some. Come on now. Of course I want to make some. That's my thing. Somebody else is trying to encroach.
I mean, it was
Is
here.
your thing making coffee?
That's one of my things.
Well, it does contribute a lot to the party dynamic. We wouldn't fight without your coffee like we do. Just very confused on how to be supportive of this.
You know what? I'll make some breakfast. That'll make me feel better. Let's go.
You all head to the larder. Weaver actually isn't in there. There are a lot of things already done. You assume that she's the one that made the coffee, but she doesn't seem to be in the kitchen, which is a little strange.
That's interesting.
What's Godfrey doing this morning?
Godfrey does his morning routine on the beach where he does a little bit of morning yoga and plays his instrument for a little bit. His dulcimer.
Oh, that's nice.
And he probably wanders back in.
I think as soon as Livy sees Godfrey, he'll like wave a hand and be like, "Do you want to start discussing some of these bounties, or do you have other things to do today? Either is fine."
Discussing bounties is probably beneficial to us today. I know we were interested in
Yes,
prize
it's still,
possession gone.
what I'm interested in, I think, the most. I think we should do a few more bounties, and then we should probably go to see Bigfoot? Depending on how far away the town is, and we need to do it by the end of the month.
I was going to ask everyone if they're more interested in going to the Bigfoot sooner rather than later.
Would you like anything for breakfast?
Just the normal.
All right, coming up.
Thank you, Morgus.
At that point, too, Ulu walks in and sets a bow and a quiver full of 20 arrows in front of Livy.
Oh,
Nice,
you
brand
so
new
much.
short bow.
he happily takes it.
Yep. She like kind of pulls it back a little bit. You paid your dues, right?
Yes, he did.
All right. And she hands it back to you.
It's just like a standard tripper.
Standard short bow.
Alrighty. He'll put that on. Alright. So should we actually, do you think we should try out the potions before or after our quest? Or
I was more going to check in once everyone was around, if that's okay. It seems a little odd for us to touch base here without everybody else.
You're right.
But I think I've decided
Sorry,
on...
I'm
okay.
used to, I guess I'm just a little bit used to just doing things on my own.
That's fair. I imagine a lot of people feel that way before they join the court, so... Will you join me in the main room?
Sure.
Excellent.
All right. There's no Weaver, there's no Fern or Gahesh, and there's no K-Paw around. But you see a few other Carousel Court members. Linus is there. He comes through for breakfast and heads to the library. And then the party gathers in the main room to finish their breakfast together.
All right, Didi, you hold this, and maybe one of these. Oh, and take this basket. I'll take this tray. Okay, ready to eat, everybody. Here you go.
Morgus will distribute some things as Didi is loaded up in her arms with a lot of different things.
All right. So, it seems like we've got some choices to make about the agenda.
Yes, before we begin, is there any notice of where everybody is this morning?
Not that I'm aware of.
I remember they touched base with Weaver, I think, touched base with me on our way back through the garden, and they said they were going to talk to everyone about things that had gone on, but I don't think we sat down and received any message from them. Like the group of them, right?
Do you think they're out?
Scylla looks up. Is Ulu still hanging out, or is she?
Well,
I'm back.
If
She
it's
isn't
okay,
in this
first I
room.
think we should determine how far away the place with the Bigfoot is. Supposed Bigfoot. Just because we have to get it completed by the end of the month, and I want to have plenty of time to do that.
Where did Weaver say that was? Was it, Wimston? Was that it?
I've been in Wimston in ages.
I mean, we still have 42 days to do it.
It's true. I just want to make sure of a timeline when we should... Because if it is something very complicated, then we should probably... And if it's like a week away, we should probably just get all of these plans out of the way, so we can focus on other things. Boring things first.
Sorry, is there a map?
Yeah. There's a map hanging on the wall with all the nails, the pushpin wall. You can grab it off and take a look at it if you'd like.
Yeah. I mean, we could take a look.
Judging by the map, it looks to be about 2 days walking.
All right. So when the part of me that wants to complete things immediately says we should leave. It's the 17th. We have 40 days. Should we leave on the...
Days. Sorry.
Oh, no, you continue.
Oh, I mean, it's 4 days there and back. And not counting however much time we don't know that we would spend in Wimston addressing the Bigfoot scenario. Are we aware of how pressing it is, or if there's just any kind of worsening of the situation? Is anybody aware of that?
Everyone give me a history check.
Oh, I'm okay at that.
23.
It's cocked. Is it 4 or 18?
22.
7.
15.
Okay. So I would say Livy and Morgus, you all come to this pretty quickly as you think back to what Weaver said about the Bigfoot situation, even without referencing the paper that she had handed to Godfrey. They think that there's people going missing in the town, and they think that the Bigfoot is the reason why. And Godfrey, in the time that you take out the paper, read it, and remember what's going on with the bounty, I'm sure Livy and Morgus have begun to say exactly that.
Oh, I'm aware of that. So people might be going missing, and I think that the Bigfoot's the reason. If people are going missing, that might put more pressure on us getting out to Winston sooner. Might.
Yes. Let me see if there's any of these bounties that are pressing. Like, people will die if we don't do things soon.
While that's happening, Scylla's going to pop up from her seat and just kind of nip her head into the library and poke around for Linus.
He's there reading on the bay window seat.
Psst. Linus.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want to interrupt you. Where is everyone? Have you seen Weaver this morning? Has she come through?
Something about a war brewing in the headlines. I don't know. She
Oh, right. So naturally she
took
snuck out.
everyone
Cool.
that was awake to town to see what was happening.
Wow. All right. Cool. All right. Thanks. Enjoy your read. She's gonna back out like stunned. And rejoin
The only
others.
other bounty I can see that we need to do it, should probably do it soon, is the wanted poster for Bingen Filmson. A Mr. Filmson and his crew of miscreants have taken over the bridge over Campsite Creek south of town. They have already raided 20 different wagons of travelers or traders. Bring back Fingen dead or alive, 100 gold alive, 50 dead. It's the only other thing I can think of that, might be important, just because people are being robbed as we speak, but also people are going missing in this other town. So, all right. How about we do this? How about everyone says what they want to do, and then we have a vote? Does that sound fair?
Very.
Yeah, and we have an uneven amount of people here, so
Little
we'll
democracy
never
goes
get
a
high.
far way.
All right. Should I go?
Are we only voting for one thing?
Just one thing to go first, because we want to do a lot of things. I think that's fair. Of course.
Before we do,
Okay.
what's the vote? Wimston or bounties?
Well, I was
Bounty?
thinking everyone can say where they want to go, and then whoever wants to go. Sorry, I'm not that good at this. But where does everyone want to go? I was thinking for the bounty hunter first, because it's near here. Godfrey, what about you? Scylla, did you just die?
Are you alright, Scylla?
I'm.
Scylla comes stumbling back into the room, like.
I mean,
Carry on.
all right,
Yes,
I'm
Scylla,
interested
where would you like
in
to go and
taking on the
hopefully not
Bigfoot
die?
case.
Hey, I don't want to throw like a spanner in the works, but I did find out where Weaver headed this morning. So if either of these are in the direction of town, she went to go see a man about a war.
War.
But
Wait, a
other
war?
than that,
But
my
there
vote's for
hasn't been a-
Winston.
There hasn't. Yes, absolutely. There hasn't been a war
We should go.
since,
that out.
since the Invisible War. Is that? Yeah, since the last one over 100 years ago.
Since the last one. So she grabbed a couple of people and nipped down to town, but I think whatever we decide to do, maybe we stop by and check in with her.
Morgus?
I'm torn between concern about war, whatever that might mean, whether something's brewing or something's actually started, and my own investment in the court and following Weaver's orders. So I suppose my vote is Winston.
Alright, so Winston's have it. I guess. But I do think first we should talk about the war.
I think I agree with that. If we do have time to go to Wibston, even if it's just waiting for someone from the court to come back and fill us in, I think that might be beneficial for us to know. It might change the dynamic of traveling on the roads.
We also, yeah. Sorry.
If we take a little bit of time too, I could brew us up a couple of healing potions before we leave.
Well, I was going to say we should take at least a day to get packed and everything right. It's not that long on the road, but it's still travel. And I've been unprepared
I've got some
before.
extra
It's
gold.
not
I could
fun,
probably
it turns out.
Purchase a healing potion or two, in addition to whatever you make, Godfrey.
All right. Sounds like Godfrey's gonna make some potions. Morgus is gonna head to town and buy some potions. What's everyone else gonna do to prep?
Libby, the corp provides like food and stuff. Do they also provide travel for like bed sheets and like tents and stuff like that?
You would have to chat with Ulu. I would say normally members of the court that join have that stuff already. They're kind of already predisposed for the road, but they might be able to hook you up.
Yeah, okay, because Libby does not have that stuff.
I remember distinctly you saying you spent all your money on books.
I did. I have no regrets.
All right, what's Scylla doing?
I think I am going to go get... I don't have any bedding. I'm going to go get some bedding from Ulu. I think typically Scylla just sleeps out, and like when she works overnight, she'll sleep up against a wall, so she's not prepped with like traveling gear.
All right. You all can take the time. I would say it's going to take at least an hour and a half for Morgus and Ziba to go into town and buy things and come back. Godfrey, it's probably going to take you 45 minutes or so to make a few potions.
Okay.
If you're going to make multiples, I assume.
Yeah, I have enough herbs for 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So as much as you'll let me make in a single day.
Yeah, you can make all 5. I don't care.
Nice. Sweet.
So Godfrey heads to the greenhouse to make the potions and the little apothecary set up in there. Ed, I assume you head with Scylla to see Ulu to get your bedding and things.
Yes.
You walk in, she's just doing her blacksmithy duties, just making stuff. She's making very small pieces of metal to adhere to a gauntlet that she seems to be making.
Oh, it looks nice. I have a question.
Yeah.
Would basic provisions to be on the road also be provided by the court? Like bedding and rations and stuff like that.
Oh, I mean, yeah, like you're able to take whatever you want from the kitchen. There's lots of crab. I don't really know where that came from, but there's that, and there's some biscuits. There's some crackers, water. And her eyes just kind of like glaze over as she starts to just list things in the water.
Well, fascinating, but is there any bedding and tents in the lake?
Yeah. Oh, I have a tent you can have. There might be extra bedding in the cart out in the stable. Can't guarantee it's in very good condition.
Oh, there's a cart and a stable. Could we take that as well?
Oh.
Or is that pushing our
I
luck?
don't have jurisdiction to grant you a cart. you'd have to talk to Weaver or K-Paw on that one.
Gotcha.
Ulu, if we took it, you wouldn't say anything though, right? Like if we just... I mean, we're planning on stopping by town to see Weaver anyway, but, say we just brought it with us.
I mean, I would have to tell the truth, Scylla. Like, Weaver's my mate, and she, pounds her chest.
I'll let you work on some gauntlets for me.
What?
I'll let you work on some gauntlets for me. Like those, but, more challenging.
This is a dilemma of the heart.
What do you say?
Okay.
I'm not asking to lie. I'm just saying, you didn't see us.
Will you have Linus come in here and read me a book real loud so I can't hear it when you all leave?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw him earlier. He's got his nose in a book already, and it looked great.
Okay. But you have to wear them.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Provided they're not so intricate that, I would ruin them,
No.
Okay. Deal. You don't see
Handshake?
us. Okay. And she rubs her hand on her side.
Libby's just standing here, slightly uncomfortable at the thought of stealing something, but smiling. He wants to be cool.
She looks at her hand and against all need to acquire new objects, puts her hand out and offers it to Ulu.
She smacks her other hand on top of yours and squeezes really tight and shakes your arm, your whole arm in her giant Goliath hands.
She's making the face I am right now, real small lipped, real.
You won't regret it, I promise.
You're the best, Ulu. I appreciate you.
I know. All right, what is it called? Plausible deniability. Shut the door on your way out.
That's the one. I will send Linus in a bit.
All right. Be safe, she calls as you close the door.
Probably not.
I didn't think we were leaving. I thought we were leaving tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we just have to go get the bedding and shit though, right?
Yes. But are you sure that was a good idea? Maybe we should have asked. I mean, she probably would have said yes.
We are, but do you think the time that it's going to take to go into town, ask Weaver for the permission to get the priorities? I'm just thinking of priorities, that's all. We'll bring it back if we make it.
Oh. All right. It's probably fine. I'm fine with breaking rules to get what I want.
Awesome. You head to the stable. You find a few packs that are pre-packed with a bedroll and a tent. They even have a canteen of water. You're not really sure how long they've been here. They're not in the greatest condition. They seem well loved, they've been well used in the outdoors, but they work.
I'm gonna wash this cantina out to get some new water just in case.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would be a smart idea.
See, this is why I'm not really considering it stealing. It's more of a borrowing pre-loved items. You think anybody's going to want this and notice it's gone missing?
I mean, if there's a war.
Oh, if there's a war, but we'll be back in plenty of time for that.
Oh, okay. You probably know what's best.
I don't. I'm going to level with you. I don't, but
God, please lie to me.
I can't do that to you, Libby.
Amazing. All right. Morgus and Dee Dee, you make it through the winding maze-like trails to the main street outside the guard little area. And as you get through the main gates, sure enough, you hear a small, probably Ziba's age boy, carrying a one sheet of paper, standing at the corner, yelling, "Tensions rise with sense grab! Druids are cause for illness of the princess! War on the horizon!"
Oh no.
Anchor is an all-in-one podcasting platform that allows you to record, edit, add music, publish across every platform. It gives you your own website, allows you to customize and brand that website, and honestly, it's all in one place and it's so easy. You literally just drag and drop and drag and place, and it is so easy. I'm not even sure if the podcast would have made it this far if it weren't so quick and convenient. So if you are thinking about starting a podcast or currently have a podcast, why not switch to Anchor? It's a all-in-one free podcasting platform, and all you have to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Seriously, download the app, go to anchor.fm, and get started.
What? Come on, Edie, let's go get something. Let's go. Oh dear. And Margus will shuffle toward where the either the mirror room, or if there's more of an apothecary specifically, he'll move that direction.
Honestly, I think Morgus would know that Misty's Mayhem is probably a closer and better option for this day in terms of wanting to get potions. Her potions are top notch. The mirror room is more posh, more like magic items. Misty can do some of that stuff, but her speciality is potions and magic infusions.
As we're walking, Morgus might. Is there anything you wanted to look for today, Edie?
Oh, I need some more apples since you guys cleared out my backpack. I mean, what else are supposed to eat on a road trip?
Oh, well, I mean, there's sort of the standard rations. I wouldn't mind an apple or two. I like them nice and crisp, though.
Rations? Are those those jerky things that, Oh, I don't remember his name anymore. Oh, there's when we were traveling the first time with him, he gave us some rations.
Leofrich? Anchor.
Yeah!
Cake.
No, it was Leofrich. Leofrich, he just popped in my head. It's like a message from God. Oh, thanks God. Yeah. Leofrich, yeah. We were traveling with this guy named Leofrich on the back. He gave me these jerky things. Is that what a ration's called?
Oh, that's part of rations.
It wasn't the best thing I ever had, but it was filling.
No, they're not all that tasty, but they are nourishing. Things like jerky, biscuits, sometimes salted meats, things that keep well. That and water. It's not glamorous, but of course there's different. You can get a little more fancy if you'd like, if you don't mind something. You've got to eat those more fancy things typically because they can spoil a little easier. But
as you're having this conversation, you'll get a chilly breeze off the ocean. Sky's kind of dark, like it could rain at any second. It's kind of dreary day in the spring. And you turn the corner to the cart district. It looks very different in the morning than it does in the evening. Misty's Mayhem is open. The Hammered Gem is open. The Greasy Chop is open. And there are lots of different patrons attending to all of these different carts.
Oh, there's some bustle about this morning. Might get a little bit of rain too, but at least it'll smell nice around here. All right, let's find some apples first, so that maybe we might have something to snack on.
Yes, fruits, and maybe some rations if you think it'll keep better.
Well, fruits will most likely not keep as well as traditional rations, but we can see what's available. It's always good to get traditional rations.
I'll get some rations.
So, excellent.
I'll get some rations, but I insist on having my one luxury, which is my apples.
It's a good luxury to have. All right. As we look around, do I see any apples as we're kind of moving around these carts and stuff like that?
The only cart you know of that would have apples is the Greasy Chop. They sort of have rotating seasonal fruits and veg on the menu there. And it's way more relaxed in the morning, the breakfast time. There's a woman behind the counter rather than the man that is so stern about the rules. And it's more of a normal restaurant at this point of the day.
Well, do you remember the cart we went to before to get the cheesy biscuits?
Do I have to go talk to that guy again?
Well, maybe not. It's over there. We could go see if he's there. If it's somebody else. If you don't want to do the talking, I can do the talking. That's all right. I'm happy to.
Is that the only place to get apples?
It's most likely the only place to get apples around here.
The only other place you know of would be in the central part of town, around the temple at the general store.
It might be more fresh over here. We could try another part of the city. It might be worth a look. How are you feeling?
No, I don't want to be a burden. We can go. I could do it.
All right, let's give it a shot. It's just over there.
Do I have to say a password again?
Oh, look! No, that's just apples. Not cheesy biscuits. Not as complex.
Okay.
He's not there. There's somebody else there right now, so it might be easier to get what you want.
I hope they don't have a different set of passwords.
No passwords today.
As you approach the cart, there is a short brown-haired elvish woman. And she just seems slight and pleasant and has a smile on her face and is just welcoming everyone to the cart. She's handing out like spicy breakfast rolls and scones and hearty biscuits. There's even some bacon and jammy eggs that she's handing out to people. Hello, welcome. Greasy Chop Breakfast.
Hello
What can I
there.
get for you guys?
Would you like to go first, Ziba? Do you know what you want, or would you like me to go first? DD.
Ziba's just gonna stare at you with like a deer in the headlights.
Okay, so, good morning. It's good to see you. I think, do you have a menu at all, perhaps? Or is it just kind of what's available that I can see?
It's just kind of, it's breakfast, so we have normal breakfast things. Our seasonal fruits are strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. We do have a few apples left over from fall and winter storage. We have toast and jam, different types of breakfast foods.
Oh my goodness. The bacon smells delicious. I'll have some bacon and perhaps a biscuit, some raspberries for me. And, I wouldn't... How many apples do you have left? If I might ask.
She turns around, she rummages underneath the cart. Probably 3 pounds left.
Oh, well, that's more than I expected. Do you have the same variety, or I love crispy apples. Do you have any that are more crispy, or is it all just kind of the same?
We have green apples right now.
I will take 2 green apples for myself on top of what else I ordered. And do you have any beverages this morning at all?
We have coffee, a tea, and hot chocolate.
I will take... Oh, hot chocolate. I'll take a hot chocolate. That sounds delicious. This might be a little bit presumptuous, but do you happen to sell what you use to make the hot chocolate at all? Or not?
The cocoa beans?
Yes.
I'm not really sure if I'm allowed to sell those.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. I was just curious. I don't want you getting in trouble. I'll just take all of that for myself.
Okay. Anything else?
Well, there's what Dee Dee would want here. Are you have you decided, Dee Dee, what you might like?
Can I just look at the apples?
Oh, sure. She hands you one.
I was probably gonna look at it, turn around, and then get like kind of this frustrated look at her on her face and be like, "It's not the right one."
Not the right one.
No, it's not the right apple.
Okay.
It doesn't look like my mommy's apples. Okay.
No, that's all right. We can try another place to see if they have the right apples for you if you'd like.
What if
would you like any breakfast items or something to drink?
they don't even have blueberries? What kind of fruit stall is this?
Well, let's just share my order. How much for that? You know, why don't I just give you a few gold pieces? Let's say 4 or 5 gold. That should cover it, right?
No. It's 9 copper, 2 silver.
9 copper, 2 silver. All right, I will give you 9 copper. And you know what? I can't be bothered. Take a gold. You've been so pleasant this morning. Keep the change just for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're so very welcome.
Just a second on the hot cocoa, and we'll have everything out for you.
Of course, thank you.
All right. It takes just a few moments, and then she hands you all of your items and your hot cocoa's in like this strange carved out wooden cup. It doesn't have a lid, but it's not filled all the way to the top, so it doesn't really slosh out. But it kind of gets warm to the touch. It's kind of pleasant.
Excellent. Well, thank you. Here's a cocoa for you, TD, if you'd like it. And let's go over to Mayhem's place. Find some potions. See how much they are, maybe.
All right. You head over to Misty as you see her owl.
Are we allowed to bring food into that store?
It's less of a store and more of a cart, so we should be all right.
So Missy is standing at her cart. She is a pretty tall and slender earth genasi. Her ears are covered by this golden blonde hair, and she is just mixing in a cauldron different herbs and different types of corks and things and potion bottles and such. And she has her familiar owl sitting on the edge of her cart as well. She just kind of eyes and keeps track of everyone that approaches the cart.
Hello, Misty. How are you? It's so good to see you again.
Oh, I'm good. It's great to see you again as well.
Thank you. I am mighty curious to see if you have any stock of healing potions and perhaps what they're going for.
Oh, I do have a few healing potions. How many are you thinking you will need?
Well, I don't have too much in the way of funds for healing potions, but I was hoping to get at least 1 or 2. Hoping.
Okay. Let me see what stock I have. And she kind of turns around, and behind her, she opens this door. It's kind of there. It's glimmering. It kind of looks kind of foggy. You can see through it. And she walks into something, and it looks like brick. She opens the clear see-through door. It looks like brick, and there's shelves everywhere, different glass bottles and cases. And she disappears, the door closing behind her, and Pinfeather is just kind of like looking at you all in his owl form, just blinking. Preens his feathers a little bit.
Morgus's eyes are a little bit he's kind of dewy-eyed at the display of the magic. And then he'll take a little, like a couple crumbs of one of the biscuits that he got, and he'll kind of like mage hand float them over to the owl to see if they would like any.
He grabs it out of the air and starts munching on it.
Good to see you, Pinfeather.
Hey, he might be working. You shouldn't distract the staff.
It's okay, the boss is in the other room.
The door opens again, and there's a few potions in hand under the arms as well, as she puts 4 potions in front of you, and she says, I have these. They'd be about 40 gold apiece.
40 apiece. Let me just check my little coin purse here. I think to be safe, I am going to be on the road for a little while. I'll take 3. Is that all right?
All right, yes.
Excellent. All right.
Is it that worth being alive?
That is going to be 120 gold pieces for you, Misty.
Thank you. And
Thank
don't
you.
forget, she hands you over the potions. She hands you a little card. If you ever need anything on the road, just tap this card 3 times and say Misty's Mayhem, and Pinfeather will come get you what you need.
That is the most amazing thing I've heard all day.
Mm-hmm.
That's brilliant. I didn't know familiars typically had that sort of range. That must be an interesting version of the spell.
It's something I've been working on.
I imagine it's proprietary, but perhaps with enough business I might be able to convince you to divulge that secret.
I've never entertained the thought before, but time changes everyone.
It certainly does. All right, thank you very much for the potions. It's lovely to see you again, and you certainly have a repeat customer in me, as usual.
Thanks, Morgus.
Of
Have
course.
a great day.
You too. Bye.
All right.
That was the most
I'm
non-committal
going to-
answer ever.
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe. I guess you'll just have to buy more of my
That's good
stuff.
business.
What are Godfrey, Livy, and Scylla doing in the extra half an hour or so that it takes for Morgus and Ziba to get back to the court?
Oh no. Oh god.
Do you still want to go shopping?
Just say I purchased some rations somewhere on the way out.
I'm curious if
I mean,
we...
there are rations at the court. I don't think you don't have to buy them unless you really want to.
I'm curious if we found the right apples, because Morgus
She never
definitely would have
asked.
gone to the general store, just like, even if it's just a roll. I'm curious.
Yeah. I mean, if you went to the general store, you got the same old twitchy-eyed, very happy person. Hi! Soy Pimpleton Brothers General Store. How can I help you?
Hello. Do you have apples or multiple varieties thereof?
Oh yeah, we have red apples, green apples, blue apples, purple apples, and yellow apples.
Blue apples?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to get probably a bushel of blue apples. My friend Didi here is a bit of an apple connoisseur and would like to check your inventory to see if you have the right varieties. Very
Oh
particular.
sure, take a look. There's different just baskets full of apples around one of the walls.
It's just really focusing on these apples. You're picking up a few, kind of like turning it around a little bit, rubbing it on the shirt a little bit to like clean it to really see. They're all just like a little too perfect. And I guess these ones are kind of close. She like holds up this like reddish with a little bit of yellow apple to it. Nice little Honeycrisp.
Interesting. You really know your stuff.
It's not.
And that's really cool.
Well, I should know. I was the one coming to splice all those trees.
Do you want to buy those?
We're gonna be gone for how many days?
Well, we'll be on the road for 2
Did
days.
you say 4 days?
Yeah, 2 days there, 2 days back. Not sure how long we'll be in Winston.
Oh, yeah, apple! We're traveling for 4 days! Okay, I'm buying a dozen apples. Right now!
A dozen apples is a little more than a pound, so it'd be 1 gold, 3 silver.
We're also buying half a dozen blue apples and telling no one.
Okay. That's
We'll have a dozen between us.
3 silver. Same thing for you, Morgus. 1 gold, 3 silver for a dozen blue apples. So 1 gold, 6 silver total for all the apples Azima wants to buy.
That's amazing.
It'll do.
Blue apples.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
I was gonna pay for my own apples because I have money now, like an
How
adult.
expensive apples.
Hey, we talked about this in one of the monthly minutes on the Patreon, and Weofrich looked up the cost of apples. Then I just looked it up again, and it's 1 gold per pound of apples.
Apples are a luxury.
Right?
Like, if you're not in Washington State,
Seems-
apples are
God, yeah.
expensive.
I love apples.
Yeah, but like
Let's
a pound of
look
apples
it up.
is really only like 4 apples.
That is it. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. I had a request to chat a little bit more here about our Patreon tiers and the rewards for those who subscribe to our Patreon. So here you go. Here is what the tiers are. So there are 4 different tiers currently. The first one starting at just $1. So for $1 a month, you join our Mischievous Mystics Patreon level. You receive early access to the episodes. I post them every Friday, as well as exclusive behind the scenes content on Mondays, and you gain access to our Discord community where everyone from the podcast, all the cast and myself are super active. We have a pretty cool community growing there. Next level is $8 a month. That's our Radiant Raiders level. You get everything from the previous level, except you also get to view our monthly minutes, which is our monthly Q&A where I bring a few of the different cast members on and we talk about the episode so far. We take questions from our Discord community members. You get to hear a little bit about the behind the scenes. Everyone talks about how they were feeling and thinking and what their characters were feeling and thinking, and it's a bunch of shenanigans and it's pretty awesome. And that is available at this level and higher. You also gain access to our Discord community. So, adding in that monthly minutes here at the Radiant Raiders level. Next up is $15 a month. That is our Bodacious Bards level. You get everything from the previous 2 tiers, including the monthly minutes access, but you also get pictures of my DM notes, some screenshots from our combat boards within Roll20. I talk about the creation of some of the homebrew things, and on top of that, you also get episode bloopers. So once a month, I'll cut out a part of our session where we completely derailed or something funny happened or, something that we cut from the episode, and you get to hear that. You get to get a little insight into our game from there. And then finally, the last tier, our Sassy Sorcerers tier, that's $30 a month. You get everything from the previous months as well as a bi-monthly printout. So once you have subscribed to this tier for a month, the second month, you will begin a bi-monthly printout. So I will be mailing you maybe postcards from the players, letters that they've written in game, playing cards for the magic items or the bounties, posters, maps, all different kinds of printouts that we'll be sending your way. So that is the Sassy Sorcerers level. Something else to consider is that for the Radiant Raiders at $8 a month, all the way up to the Sassy Sorcerers at $30 a month, there is oh my gosh, what's it called? It's like if you're a loyalty program. So after every 3 months you've been subscribed, you get a special loyalty support item. So the first one being a sticker, the next one's a mini print, then a mug and a t-shirt once you've been subscribed for a year. That's all for free. That's just for being subscribed. So hopefully this is educational for those who've requested to learn more about our Patreon. You can find us at patreon.com/Utopia Podcast. The link should be in the description. It's definitely on all our socials, and we hope to see you there. We're about 50% of the way to our goal of making $100 a month, which will cover all of just the cost for creating the podcast. So hopefully we'll see you around. Intro and outro by Nolan Clock. Everything else by myself. Have a great day.